People used to laugh at him. They said a man who relied only on a smile would never survive in sales, while others carried heavy books, long speeches, and fancy tricks. He carried nothing but kindness on his face. To many, he looked weak, even foolish. But that smile, the one they all mocked, would soon become the reason his name spread farther than anyone else in the business. Other salesmen laughed behind his back. They said he would never close a deal because he was too soft. Customers often shut the door in his face before he could even speak. Some told him straight to his eyes that he was wasting their time. His own coworkers joked that he should quit and find another job, one that didn't need charm or pressure. Everywhere he went, doubt followed him like a shadow, and people saw his smile. Day after day, he walked the streets with tired shoes and empty pockets. The sun burned his back, the rain soaked his clothes, yet he kept going. Many nights he returned home with nothing to show for his work except sore feet and hunger in his stomach. Still, every morning, he stood up again and faced the world with the same calm smile. People turned him away, some even laughed in his face, but he refused to let their rejection steal his hope. Deep inside, he believed that kindness, no matter how small, would one day open the right door. One afternoon, when he was close to giving up, a woman opened her door and paused. Instead of rushing into his sales pitch, he just stood there, calm, with the same warm smile he had carried everywhere. For the first time, someone didn't slam the door. She invited him inside, not because of what he was selling, but because she felt at ease with him. That small moment changed everything. From then on, people began to notice that his smile wasn't a trick, it was genuine, and it made them trust him. Word spread quickly. Customers began asking for him by name, not because of the product, but because they trusted the man who sold it. His numbers rose higher than anyone else in the company, breaking records month after month. The same bosses who once doubted him now praised him in meetings. The salesman who laughed at his smile started copying it, hoping to win the same trust he had. What everyone once called his weakness had now turned into his greatest strength, and it carried him to the top. In the end, he proved something. Most people had forgotten that success doesn't always come from loud words or heavy pressure. Sometimes it's the smallest things, like a genuine smile, that open the biggest doors. His story reminds us that kindness is never wasted. What looks weak to others can become the very thing that, years later, when people spoke about him, they rarely mentioned the products he sold. Instead, they talked about how he made them feel. Neighbors said he carried light into every room he entered. Customers said they trusted him more than contracts or promises. Even his old rivals admitted that he had something they could never fake. His smile had turned into a legacy, a lesson that outlived the sales and numbers. Long after his work was done, people remembered the man who proved that warmth and honesty can outlast everything else. With time, young salesmen began coming to him for advice. They expected him to share clever tricks or secret strategies, but he never spoke of shortcuts. He told them the same thing every time: treat people with respect, listen more than you speak, and never lose your smile. Some of them didn't believe him at first, just like others once doubted him. But those who followed his advice soon learned that people buy from hearts they trust, not from words they barely remember. As he grew older, the world around him changed. New tools, new markets, and new faces entered the business. Yet no matter how much things shifted, his way of working never lost its power. People still trusted the man who greeted them with a smile before speaking of sales. Even in a fast-moving world filled with noise and pressure, his approach stood out. It reminded everyone that honesty and warmth never go out of style, no matter how modern the times become. When his journey finally came to an end, people didn't remember him as just a salesman. They remembered a man who showed that kindness could be stronger than any pitch, and a smile could carry more weight than pressure or force. His life became a quiet reminder that success is not only about what you achieve, but how you make others feel along the way. Long after he was gone, his story lived on, not in numbers or records, but in the hearts of those who once opened their doors to him.